Welcome back to the Wednesday Sentai. It is time for another Robit. So, I'm William Bush, Reploid Bill. Let's go around the chairs.
Seth Level Sario.
Scott Action Jackson.
And Nick the Lone Paladin. Holy fragging crap.
What the
man-sized sword action.
That's not what I'm looking at. What the fuck is wrong with his face?
This
Goofy face.
It's 1980.
This is the 1980 Denshi Sentai Denziman.
Denziman!
That would explain the D on his chest. I figured that's just because that's what he wanted.
He wanted the D?
No. He is the D that you give to people.
Shane, I guess I found something you want.
Emblem on his belt-looking thing is kind of neat.
It's kind of computer-ish.
It's like a Rubik's Cube at the top. A very poorly done Rubik's Cube.
Next. It didn't get any better.
Oh.
The sword
Oh.
is the only thing that looks good on this.
No,
Yeah,
the sword is awkward now.
It looks like a sword, though.
Oh, because it looks like a banana that got peeled open.
It's
and
the
then
banana
came
sword.
out.
I am starting to not like this a lot.
The helmet head.
This dude is
looks
very,
derp.
very blocky
And
compared to the
awkward.
last dude that was nice and rounded.
And sleek.
Yeah,
this dude's
kinda
like
sleek.
Bill,
beep
you
boop
know what it
robot
is?
beep.
Sex robot, sex robot.
No,
No,
it's not cool
Not
enough.
It's the
Not
same-
even-
it's
no.
the same costume.
no,
They
not
literally took cardboard and painted on it.
not even Sex Robot
It
wants a
looks like
piece of this
cardboard.
D.
That's what I mean.
Next.
Oh, CG.
No, oh God, that makes it look even worse.
It looks more
Yes and
solid,
no.
though.
No, I mean the sword.
Oh.
It's like a drooping banana now. Look at it.
Yeah, I was about
The
to
sword's
say,
drooping.
The sword looks a little bit better because he looks more rounded.
I want to
but,
draw a face on the sword. Like at the end of Roger Rabbit, when they go to have the sword fight with Judge Doom,
Oh,
and
that-
he pulls out the sword, and all of a sudden it's like, we make wits cry.
Oh,
That sword.
Oh, like the smooth blue sword.
Yes, I
The-
want to
the-
draw
I
a
just-
face on the
Frank-
sword.
I just want to
Frank
draw like
Sinatra
a
sword.
Yeah.
The Frank Sinatra sword.
a friend of
That'd be
mine.
awesome.
A friend of mine actually sent me an Imgur post that had a bunch of people that did like little gifs, and they drew like these weird little happy faces, like cheered and stuff, on like all these things that should never have faces. I feel like that should be on that sword. Just be like sitting there and be like, yay!
I'm not sure how many people actually met Reno, but I still have a cigarette at work that Reno was going to smoke, but he drew a face on the cigarette and he couldn't smoke it. He took like this, he took a
Seth.
permanent marker.
Seth, I now know how we can quit smoking.
Dude,
Yeah,
no, it was
shit.
hysterical.
Actually,
he
wait,
drew,
no, because I'll be that evil, vindictive bastard.
he drew
that
this little
smoked it.
surprisey screaming face and then drew little hands. So it looked like the cigarette was like, no! And then he
Actually, I would still smoke that because then as it's burning, his
It burns!
And then
my
he
head's on fire.
He said he couldn't smoke it because it looked too scared.
Wow.
Terrified cigarette is terrified.
Next. Oh, he's got a big giant mace and a sucker ring. A giant sucker
Sucker ring.
ring.
God damn it, Denziman.
And it shows it, I guess, transforming up there on the top. I guess.
And then right down here, you can see that he like draws a circle with the sword, and then like, I think he
And
like
a
then
slash.
he cuts through it.
Didn't some other Zord do that too?
Yeah, but it looked better.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this guy got the Gundam hammer without the rockets, and a sucker ring and a banana sword,
This guy is...
and the symbol of
Bad.
the atom on both of his knees,
Yeah.
Yeah.
with a big D on his chest.
And weird computer hexagram thing
Yeah.
on his belt.
Next.
That dude's face.
Uh,
He's like, oh, please,
so
please,
happy.
will you buy this? My
He is
children
so
and they
happy
need the
to be playing
food.
with this shit-looking Zord.
No, I'm pretty sure that guy's trying to sell it. He's like, please, my children have not eaten in a month.
Yeah, for an obvious reason.
I think I know what this is from.
A very shitty show.
Well, I was going to say, I think this image might... I don't know if this is true or not, but I think this image was from the Japanese version of the Legendary War. It's like the guy selling off these figures that were from the old Robo that he used to be part of the team from.
So, like, this dude was one of the actors that was in...
If that dude was one of the old Rangers, he fell on some very hard times.
Yeah.
But that's if
Well,
I remember
this is
right.
1980. It's not like our show, where our show was in the early 90s, and you have people like Jason David Frank is in his 40s. Like, when you meet him in person, you can see that age is finally starting to hit him.
Oh,
It's
no.
not there
No.
yet, but-
I wasn't meaning that. I'm just saying, after he got done with the Ranger thing and went on through life, he fell on some hard times if he's peddling that.
Yeah, it's kind of
Age
true.
was not coming into factor.
If he's
It's
selling the merch from,
he's
like,
scraping the barrel.
Yeah, if he's, like, hawking the merch from the actual, like, team he was a part of.
That nobody wants anything
Yeah,
of.
that's,
Because if you... Dude, look at his face. He's
that'd be like
there is
Superman
slight
standing
desperation.
on a corner selling Superman shirts.
Next.
Oh, some...
That's a neat
Details again.
diagram.
No, I'm not really digging this one. It's not like the other one we saw.
Yeah.
But still, it's some info. So
It's got computer screens in its foot.
and it's got some kind of vehicle in its foot.
No, that's just treads. That way he can skate up to its enemy. It's SkaterBot 1.0 Alpha Edition.
That doesn't make it
Next.
Oh yeah, I forgot their helmets looked all freaky and stuff because they looked like robots.
I guess if I'm looking at, if this is what he becomes, like
Yeah.
if that transforms into him, then maybe I understand where the blockiness is coming from.
Because it's trying to be a
It-
transformer.
It doesn't
Well,
look
all
right,
of them
though.
are
Yeah,
transformers.
all
To
no,
be
I mean
fair.
like
It doesn't quite look right,
hardcore
though.
transformer.
Yeah, Scotty kind of has a point.
It goes from a shuttlecraft to a weird plane thing to a robot.
Yeah, that doesn't
With a
quite make
banana sword.
sense.
Why not?
Where's the D?
Those look like those are part of his feet right there. That looks
Yeah.
like his arms.
Yeah, it's a
It looks
possibility
like
it's
the
on the
I
it
wouldn't
looks
be
like the
surprised if
chest
this-
piece actually folds out,
I wouldn't be
Yeah.
which
surprised
is
if
why
this
there's a
thing.
split between the D.
I think this thing breaks into pieces along with that, and they go together. I would have to see it to be sure, but it wouldn't surprise me for a minute.
Yeah, that's true.
Next.
More
Yeah,
CG
that's nice. Next.
and
Oh well, no, okay.
Yeah,
well, there's
no,
but but see, the other part is not there. The other thing we were talking about, it's not
Yep,
there.
Weird shuttlecraft
There's just that thing.
Yeah.
so this is the huge, I guess, mother ship thing that carries the
That
fortress.
doesn't
And
look
who
that
the hell's
huge.
just parked in the road like, hey, look at this?
With how close it is to the ground compared to those tiny vehicles, that thing doesn't look that huge.
It's probably the team.
It looks like a bus.
It's probably the team driving away or driving towards a destination or something.
But yeah,
Next.
the little shuttle thing looks like a bus.
We're
Okay,
back.
we're back.
This
yeah,
thing
you see it up
gets a
there,
1.
transforming. I told you, that's
Yeah.
the shuttlecraft right there. I went back to that picture with all the stuff on it. Yeah,
But yeah,
Yeah.
told you that
The-
weird shuttle becomes him.
this thing gets a 1.
Oh, yeah, right. Hold on, derp moment. Calculator.
Because
Okay.
it looks derpy. It's got a banana sword and a sucker ring. It gets a 1.
And a dysfunctional Gundam hammer.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
to the point of where you shouldn't even bother, mentioning it ever again. The faux hammer.
Okay, so to go from the last one we reviewed to this, yeah, they've kind of
They dropped the ball.
Yeah, they kind of fucked up hardcore. They literally took something that looked kind of cool and went back to like homemade, like poor as shit robot costume where they like.
I wonder if the mistake was adding the transformer idea. The first one obviously did not transform into anything. It was what it was.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think it's a matter of, like, the transformation is what screwed it up. I think it's just, like, overall design. Because, again, like, the picture that we're looking at is the one where it's got all the different pictures of what's going on. But you could clearly tell that the dude in the suit is literally wearing cardboard because the legs are not only not connected, but they clearly look like they're about to go off the hinges. Like, his torso...
No, I understand
like,
that, but what
his chest is about to fall off his fucking stomach.
Right, but what I'm getting at is part of what led to this was that you have to be able to believe that that shuttle in a toy and the real life transforms into him. So when you buy the toy as the shuttle, just like a transformer, you have to bend it around and move it. Like, that starts to happen with some of these other Zords. Remember in Zeo, where every single one of them was like a shape? And then the shapes went together to form feet and belts and chests. And I hated the way that thing looked, but it looked that way because they had to find a way to put them together because that's the gimmick.
That's true.
I think starting the transform gimmick here killed this guy. They weren't ready for it.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. Again, I think it's just a matter of, like, we've seen it before and it's looked amazing. Like, the entire thing worked. This just looks like they literally just slapped some shit together and Jenga puzzled it, and like you just move that one piece and all of a sudden the whole Robo crumbles. Like,
do you want to know what my question is?
There's nothing to it. If this dude gets hit once, he's fucked.
Do you want to know what my question is? I want to know whose bright idea it was to fire the creative director that made the last robot and hired this guy. Because they fucked up.
That's kind of legitimate.
Yeah.
I think that's a legitimate question. And if it's the same guy, what kind of drugs did he fucking trip balls on, and where can we get some?
I'm kind of digging Leo Pardon more than this guy.
Yeah, so am I. I'm giving this dude a 1.5.
Oh, that's generous.
Yeah, I know. I'm being kind because he at least kind of has a Gundam hammer.
You look like you're mauling this over.
But
I'm kind of mulling over because this is the second official Sentai Robo, so I'm gonna be a little kind, like Seth, 1.5.
Apparently, I'm the hater of the group, and I'm okay with this. You don't bastardize one of my favorite forms of weapons and make it into a fucking banana. You don't do it. Where you at, Bill?
Why? You know why? What'd you give it?
I gave it a 1.
You know why you did that? 'Cause it's taboo. I'm sorry. That fucking sword. I'm serious. Draw a face on that sword, I'm telling you. Right out of Roger Rabbit. Hey, you got a terrible pun the first time.
I did. But that's my shtick, all right? I'm the terrible pun guy.
So does
You're
the Bill have a score?
Oh yeah, I'm kind of sitting. Yeah, I'm with Nick on this. I think he's a 1. I can't.
Haters unite.
I can't generous this guy because I'm still thinking in terms of
1.25,
like
right?
all of the
Oh,
Zords.
1.25.
This guy just rocked it, like hardcore. This guy is the
Rocked
winner.
it to the abyss.
And you know what's sad is we rounded out, if I remember correctly, for Leo Pardon, we went to like the third decimal place for like a total score just in case of ties and shit. So far, we haven't had to deal with a tiebreaker.
What's Leo
that's
Pardon
kind of
at?
true.
I think it was like 2.36 or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah, it was like a 2.56 or something like that. And we rounded up to like a 2.56 or whatever it was.
Yes, he's the he was the first, the Spider-Man robot, and we were confused that he had like a leopard head on his back. It's like a weird, it like juds out of his back. It's a leopard head.
It looks like
That actually sounds kind of cool.
it looks
Sounds
like,
just like when you see it.
Sounds and sees are two different things.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
I understand that. That's why I said that sounds kind of cool.
Yes.
You remember the like Thundercat headquarter from the 80s cartoon? Like just that white thing sitting there, like the arms out, like looking like a sphinx kind of thing?
Oh, you mean the one that's like jetting out of the mountainside thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
that.
it looks
Yeah.
like that hovering through the air, and then all of a sudden it turns into like the Robo.
Yes.
With the head on the
Yeah.
back.
Yeah, with the head still on the back. It doesn't disappear or nothing.
Yeah, that doesn't sound that cool anymore.
No, it wasn't
Told you.
that cool.
Like when you say like leopard head chilling out on the back thing, I'm thinking like, shit. I don't even know how to actually put that now. I can see it in my head. It's like that actually doesn't sound bad.
Don't
It
worry.
might not be bad, but the way you put it, no, that sounds bad.
Don't worry. When we go out to smoke, I'll let you watch some videos.
Oh, it's kind of like it's like it could be bad, but it's like somebody accidentally put their chest plate on wrong or something like that. They had it on backwards, so like the emblem's facing the other way. He's like, fuck it.
Well, I was talking with one of the guys in the comments, and he asked if it was any possibility that we would actually cover the Kamen Rider costumes. And I told him we haven't decided how to do it yet because you're talking mass. Like the way we do these episodes, if we're talking one at a time, you're talking like 40-something episodes. So
Yeah.
we're still trying to figure out how we're going to handle it. But this dude was cool enough. He sent me a list of every Kamen Rider and the alternate forms in each series for what I'd have to find if we decided to do it. Like
Hey.
this dude listed all of it out for us.
You know what that sounds like to me, Bill? It sounds like 40 episodes we don't have to come up for a fucking idea.
No,
Yeah.
it's no, it's
So
kinda true.
honestly, yes. Thank you, that guy,
And it sounds
because
like that
now
dude,
I don't have to do
sounds-
actual work.
It sounds like that dude is coming along with winning a contest for a free DVD release.
We are
of our
still.
Sentais,
This
if
is.
we do it.
It's a very difficult thing. Right now, the first thing we're doing is we're trying to get the DVD set. We've got to make a copy of the DVDs so that we know how many DVDs would run for like the entire season. And what our idea here is that if the DVDs work out, we're going to make a case. We're going to make the actual covers for the case and art and everything. And I'll write a small article thing for the inside of the case. And we're probably going to try to ship out like 3 or 5 of these to winners that are in the comments and whatnot like that. Just for the sake of doing it to say, thank you, this show actually worked.
I say we do 5, and then like 3 months later we release a 6th.
And we're hoping to create.
Yeah, actually,
Sentai joke
no,
in the
yeah,
Sentai.
I like
Come
that.
No, I get you. And,
And
we're,
the 6th one will be signed.
Fuck
we're
yeah.
also
And it'll have
debating.
the unofficial.
We're also debating to add like special features to it, like episodes that are not going to go online. Like if you win this, you'll be the first one to see it, and it probably won't go online for like 4 or 5 months. So it would be like something that you won that you got to see first. It's still up in the air. Right now, step 1 is to make the DVDs to see what we're messing with here, because that's a lot of episodes. It's a lot of time and a lot of space, and I don't know if this could turn out to be like a friggin' 7-disc set or something. So we've got to see
I'd
what
guess
we're
maybe
dealing with.
5.
Or we could see if we can do it on Blu-ray.
Once we figure out how this is going to work,
Yeah, about that.
we'll get this figured out. We just got to see how it's going to work. If we make the DVD and it's manageable and we can do this, we're going to work on the case and everything and get these things ready for like a contest thing. But as for right now, this is just
as
an
for
idea.
Right now, I went out and spent like $150 on props, that
And
are
we
just
still got 'em.
sitting around.
And we're still debating, like we have an idea for like
Props.
the front cover,
Yeah,
the front cover of the
blasters and
DVD
swords and
case.
shit, yeah.
Yeah, the front cover of the DVD case is like each of us, we're going to do like a group photo with all of us standing there, and we'll kind of have our arms like this, and we'll each have a weapon in our arms like this so that we can Photoshop helmets into the curve of our arms so each one of us can be from like one of the different Sentais that we've done. And we thought about Shane like looking at the barrel of a gun, like and he's going to be holding the black Jetman helmet because of that picture.
Can I break somebody's neck in the photo?
Whose?
I don't know, somebody.
Like
Maybe yours.
I might
And
be
then-
down for it.
And then on the back, we thought about doing like collage of images where like each of us hold like our favorite ranger that we've done throughout the series and things like that. Mine was the green for years and 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 years. But as I went back to the series,
And yours?
yes. as I went back to the series and I've been watching both the Sentai and the Power Rangers. I'm all the way up in Power Rangers to the last disc of Galaxy, Lost Galaxy. So I'm moving along, but it's taking time. My favorite now of everything I've ever seen is easily the Gold from Zeo. He's friggin' awesome.
Yeah,
That was
agree with
Pharaoh
that,
Ranger,
Gold
wasn't
from-
it?
Yeah.
I also think he's referred to as the King Ranger.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's got the scepter thing and the giant
Yeah.
pyramid, right?
And when I
Yeah, he's
started
the Pharaoh
watching the
Ranger.
Sentai, the thing that really caught my attention even more, I already loved the way he looked and the idea of his power, that in our series, he's perpetual energy, and he's literally so strong and does nothing but get stronger to the point where it starts killing the user. Like, the guy that was using it was an alien who was actually 3 different people that were formed into one body to handle the power. And then they give it to Jason,
And he's like, I got this.
and his power starts phasing out. The reason Jason was able to hold the power at the start was they give him the power, he immediately siphons half of it, and uses that energy to create new Zords. That's how broke he was.
So,
Oh, yeah, I
so
remember
Jason
that,
was learning how Tommy felt when he was losing the Green Ranger powers.
But Jason wasn't losing powers.
Yeah.
He
He
was
was
gaining
literally
them.
getting so strong because it's perpetual energy.
but the whole draining part from himself.
Yes.
Yes.
Like, he got so strong that the power started phasing out because his body couldn't keep up with it. And then they told him, they were like, Jason, you're dying. Like, we have to get this power away from you, and we have to do it soon. We have to get the 3 guys back. And when I seen him in the Sentai, he fights like Bruce Lee. Every
Nice.
fight is like a Bruce Lee tribute. Like, he even does the thing where he actually steps in like this and then brims the bridge of the nose where the costume would have been.
So he was the Lee Ranger.
Yeah, he was like a Bruce Lee Ranger, and that I was so into that. I was like, this guy's the best guy ever.
No wonder why people call him the King Ranger.
So he's my favorite now. Oh, you have
Now,
do you have
here's
a
my
favorite?
dumb question.
It's hard for me to pick, but yeah, I did always like the Gold. The Gold always did, he was always awesome. But at the same time, after going through the suits and crap, not gonna lie, the Red Ranger from the Train Rangers just kind of
That dude is epic.
With his train armor
don't care anymore.
and his rail gun.
Yep.
And what you
And-
thinking about?
He also has a rail sword.
And he's thinking about justice and stuff.
No, he's thinking about concession bot.
That too. He's thinking about giving the justice to the concession bot.
Kind of like how Nick's favorite is the Happy Mask Salesman Pirate Ranger.
Definitely.
That was the weird silver one that I was like, that
was
looks
the
stupid.
silver one that you
Yes.
thought was amazing, and then I showed you the picture, and you just
Yeah, because his battle form sucked.
Yes, his
It's
battle.
like he was cool until he went battle form. I was like, this guy sucks.
Disappointment.
disappointed.
I had a question, and I gotta remember what it was now. Oh yeah, so you're because you refreshed my memory. Jason siphoned half his power to create new Zords.
Yes.
Why the fuck didn't he just keep doing that?
Good question. Reason? Terrible writing.
Because honestly,
Moving
if it's like I possess the powers of a god, but it's killing me. The only way I can hold this is to make more Zords. Well, fuck, let's make more broken Zords. Bram!
Well,
Oh
because
man, there, I'm back to half power.
In
I
the-
can keep this up for a couple more months and do it again.
in the American series, they claim that the Zeo crystal is perpetual energy. Never runs out, just gets more and more and more and more and more and more and more all the time. So what they did was they took the Zeo crystal at the destruction of the original coins, and they used that energy to form the Zeo Rangers, the Zeo Zords, repower the morphing
center
grid.
and stuff.
They rebuilt everything.
No.
Now, by the movie, you'll notice that in the Turbo movie, which is a terrible movie, but it's just for reference, they don't morph. The whole movie, they don't morph, and they're kind of hinting that something's wrong with their powers.
Well, wait, what was the Australian chick's name again? Cat or something like that?
Yes.
Yes.
God, I'm actually proud of myself for remembering that. She starts to morph, and then she hits water, and it shorts her out.
Yes. The fan
What the
theory,
balls?
the fan theory behind that is that just like the gold, their energy does the same thing. They're not as powerful as him, but they're the same kind of energy. They just get stronger and stronger and stronger. It's possible that the reason Zordon made new Ranger powers, because they didn't need them. The Zeos were working. You've seen her transform, even if it messed up. You've seen that it worked. Mm-hmm. So the question is, why make new powers? Because I think that it was killing all of them.
That's a possibility.
So you figure, like, with that kind of power, if the gold was able to do what you just said, and you just asked that question, why didn't the gold just simply do what you said?
By the way, Bill,
That
your
was
grandma
mine.
called.
Oh, I'll get to her.
Yo, Nana called you, buddy.
She knows I film at this time. Sometimes she'll
That's
still
why
call,
she
though.
called.
But yeah, like
Are you still talking about them power whatchahoozits?
Are
Yeah,
you still
why?
talking
I found
about
some of them toys.
are
it is
them
it is
are
weird.
power guys with
Them
the Rangers
those park rangers.
You know what I would have done?
with the powers?
I would have siphoned the energy down to where I needed it, put it all into a rail gun, and fired it right at the space palace.
I've been like, wait, those are the guys that's pissing us off, right?
Yep.
I got this. What you gonna do? Oh, wouldn't you like to know? Pew! The hell was that? That was a pinky bitch beam. I fired exactly one half of my power out of it. Wait for it. Doom! Oh, hey, a supernova. Pimp.
Or if nothing else, they advanced their powers by siphoning part of the morphin grid originally to create the Thunder Megazords.
Shit, he could have just kept dumping it back into the freaking morphing grid.
What about some friggin' Thunder Zeos? And while you're at it, why don't you go get that dagger, call that damn thing back from the ocean, and let's see the Thunder Dragon Zord all
No. They go and get Zed's Zord and power that bitch up.
In fact,
that thing might actually be able to, I don't know, fly somewhere.
in my RP that I was running online, me and Spencer, like the only two people that are still playing, but we got to a point where we did create a type of hybrid. We have like the red thunder
dragon?
Yeah, the thunder Tyrannosaurus thing that was the
Yeah.
red dragon in our series.
The red Shenron
Yep.
Zord.
Well, we turned it into a Thunder Zord by combining it with the gold energy, and it became this gold-plated giant Shenlong.
Damn.
So it became Koryu.
It's friggin' sweet.
Yay! I have a Zord now.
Shut up, Seth. Nobody likes you.
Oh wait, that's something for something else.
Did you ever have a favorite? Like, what did you end up picking? I picked gold.
I said I
You
always
were
did-
debating, and
Yeah,
you said
like-
maybe the red from...
Well, okay.
The red from
Green?
the train was awesome.
Yeah. Green
Because
I've
he
always
gave no
liked.
fucks.
Gold I've always liked. The red from the train became like my favorite for like personality. But again, it's one of those things where it's kind of hard to pick because, like I said, the most I grew up with was from Our Mighty Morphin. I think I made it to space and started falling out, and I don't remember a good chunk of it in between, like from Zeo on, you know what I mean? So it's
You're
kinda
lucky.
like-
I started falling
Yeah.
out at the end of Zeo, so I think I watched 1 or 2 episodes of Space and was done.
I made it to the end of Zeo, and they started the Turbo. And
Oh,
I
wait,
think
no,
I made
Turbo
it,
was after that.
I made it like 10 episodes in, and it was just killing me. Like I was like, either I've grown up or this is terrible. Like one of the two things is going on here. It's time for me to step away.
It was probably a combination.
I was
of
about
the
to
two.
say, it's
No.
both.
It was terrible because
Yeah.
now that I have all of it and I've been sitting watching it, when me and Michelle sat down, we made it through all of it easily. Like this is pretty good. I could see where it's cheesy and I could see where it works. Then we got to Zeo, and by the end of the first disc, we were like, "This is fucking killing me. This is
for
awful."
Zeo or Turbo?
Turbo. Sorry.
I was
Yeah,
about to
it
be
was,
like,
dude. It was Turbo. Oh my god, dude. Turbo is awful. It's
Yeah.
so bad.
I was
I know.
all right, kind of, with the movie. I was like, well, this isn't terrible.
When
And
it
then I
came
think
to
I
the
watched a
movie,
couple
I
episodes
remember I
of
didn't
Turbo.
even
Then I
watch
was like,
it.
no, I'm done.
Like, I think it was like I started falling into like Beetleborgs type of shit. Because I think that was running around the same time.
Big
And I was watching it
bad
more than I was watching
Beetleborgs.
Rangers. Yeah.
Hey, no.
Actually, wasn't that about the same times as the Mystic Knights of whatever the shit it was?
Tyrannog or whatever.
I think that was about the
Tyranno or
same
something.
time when Turbo came out.
Something
I
like
think
that.
I started watching that show because it was like, oh, sweet,
Uh.
people with mystical, weapony power stuff. Let's watch a little bit of this.
I think that was
And I was like,
also-
yeah, I'm done with this too.
If my memory serves me right, I think that was also around the same time that they were actually like starting to do like Toonami as like an after-school thing. So they were trying
And
to
I
show
switched
off,
over
like,
to Toonami.
Yeah, so I'd switch over to Toonami for a little bit and flip back and forth because I think there were like a couple shows on Toonami that I wasn't really like big into. So I'd switch back and forth between that and like whatever the fuck was on like Fox Kids at the time.
I thought it was awesome that they had Robotech on Toonami.
yeah,
A
it was
lot of
pretty
people
good.
don't remember that. And
was
I
like-
thought it was awesome.
It was like Robotech, Dragon Ball Z, and Sailor Moon, and something else.
They occasionally had the
I know
Dragon
that-
Ball.
No, Dragon
No,
Ball didn't release
they-
on Toonami till almost all of Dragon Ball Z had run its course.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
Dragon
were
Ball was
almost
on
in the
Fox
Boo
Kids.
Saga.
I know they were trying to throw
'Cause
Gundam in
when
there
you were-
from time
when you
to
were
time.
first
Oh,
watching-
wait. I think it was the Tenchi series that they were showing.
Yeah, it was
too.
Tenchi Muyo.
Yeah, that
Yes.
sounds right.
Yes.
Which I happened to, before I even saw it on Toonami, I actually had seen it straight from Japan, but in English, because my cousin Tim used to actually have a buddy of his send him anime from over there that had been English dubbed, but had not been censored. So, like, Tenchi Muyo, there's a
who?
lot of nudity.
So...
Oh yeah, yeah.
There's a lot of nudity in
Well,
When you
Tenchi
say
Yeah,
Muyo.
English, you say English dubbed
Yeah.
Yeah.
without the censor like that.
Like they had taken out all the censorship
yeah,
stuff.
there's
Wasn't
actually,
that part of the first set that they made?
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Yeah.
I got that. So-
This was like mid-90s-ish.
Because I
Yeah,
remember
So,
Pioneer.
See,
I
this
remember,
was back
like-
when I was a wee lad, and seeing oh god, what the hell's her name?
Ryoko.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ryoko.
Ryoko's boobs for the first time was like, whoa, boobs!
Yay, boobles!
like the first
That
The
next
first
show was
animes-
just fucking awesome.
the first
yeah.
animes
I gotta
we
watch
could
that again.
easily buy were from Suncoast here in our area. And
Oh,
Suncoast
yeah.
That was back when we still had a Suncoast.
Suncoast
For me, it was
Suncoast
Sam
used to
Goody.
be-
For me,
they
it was
were-
Sam Goody. So
What?
there was a Sam Goody here. It was Pekin Mall.
Yeah,
Had a
there was
Sam
a Sam
Goody.
Goody in the Pekin Mall.
Oh, because I was
But
just
I did
saying,
all my stuff over at the Northwoods Mall,
Yeah.
and I'd pick up stuff from Suncoast.
I was only like 12 or 13 when the Suncoast was open, and I was able to buy animes. It was that early for me. So, like, how old were you when you really started jumping into the anime thing? For me, it might have been a little different because of the way my uncle would bring home weird stuff. Like, he gave me 4 Dragon Ball Z mangas, still in original chapter comic book form,
I think
when I was like 10.
when I first bought like a DVD of anime was when they were first doing the English dub single DVDs things of the Ginyu Saga.
DVDs?
Yeah.
Oh, you got in late.
Wow, yeah,
I was
you
still
were
on
late.
VHS because I remember Trigon
Oh, I
released.
had some VHS stuff. But
Trigon released, but there were no DVDs. Trigon was at Suncoast for like $290 something for the VHS sets.
Yeah, I can believe that.
it took me a while to get the VHS sets though. So
The DVD sets were about the same, too, when they first dropped.
Yeah,
Because
but
I
they
was
were-
like, oh, man, Trigun's DVD box set. Hell yeah, let's do this. And I picked it up. I was like, oh, no.
yeah, but the tapes were really interesting back then because the way they would get you to buy it is the ends made up parts of a picture, and the set was this big giant, like basically like
Album
an
box.
actual picture.
yep.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Orange Box collection.
In fact, yeah, the Orange Box collection for the DVDs of Dragon Ball Z, if you take all the covers off and throw them away, it's the Eternal Dragon spread out across the spines, and it says Dragon Ball Z.
Mhm.
And that doesn't happen that often anymore because of the way that, like now, especially
Everything's in a
like
book.
Blu-rays they're small.
Yeah.
I think the spines of the Blu-ray Dragon Ball Z kind of connects.
They're
Well,
still
the front
smaller
of them,
than.
though.
Yeah, they're still no.
They're really thin.
No, I don't think they connect because I'm looking at one right now and it's literally just says Dragon Ball Z in black. Then there's some squares and then in blue it says season 2. And there's no picture on it at all.
There you go. Some weak sauce.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
Sounds
just-
right.
How the mighty marketing has fallen.
From
Still
what-
not as
from what I've
bad.
seen, they do.
Well, that's
Still not as bad as that
kinda what
picture I
happens
showed
now that we're
from
in
work.
Well, I was about to say, now that we're in the digital age, like more and more people.
No, not
there's
the
nothing.
spine. Not the spine. The front.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
but that would be the kind of nightmare
Yeah, it would be-
9
it is.
seasons like this. Like where would
Yeah.
you even put
Yeah,
that?
it would, but it's one big art thing that shows all the characters and stuff.
But yeah, now that we're living in the digital age, shit, there's nobody really cares about doing anything like that. That's why that marketing went away.
It's kind of true.
Well, at least they know, what they're marketing when they do it instead of, screwing up terribly.
God damn
Like
it,
that
we're already
picture.
35 minutes into an episode that ended like 15 ago. What the?
Oh,
No, that's the point of this show. We
Oh,
talked
yeah,
about
that's
it
right,
in the
I
first
forgot,
one. We're
yeah.
going to do the episode
Oh.
because the episode now is only going to take like 10 or 11 minutes.
If-
Yeah,
if that.
that's true.
I should probably go on about my favorite ranger.
Yeah, you still never even picked one. That's why we keep
That's
running in
'cause I'm
circles.
I don't know who to fucking pick, so I'll just say, yeah, we'll pick the gold one too. Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
And
Fuck
and because
Fuck it, do it live.
I did like the gold one, and I really liked the green one, and I didn't have problems with the white one, I'm still going to go with my new favorite, which is the Red Train Ranger, because he thinks about justice and stuff, and it's awesome.
For me, it's not exactly a ranger. It's multiple rangers. It's Tommy Oliver.
Oh, he just copped out hardcore.
fucking
That
bitch.
was a cop out.
But
he
aside,
didn't have
but
to
aside,
pick a favorite.
But aside from that, I would have to go with the Red Space Ranger.
I've noticed he has a huge following. Like when you go online to a lot of those, like I'm in a lot of those ranger groups where they just talk rangers and whatnot, and every time there's a name your favorite, man, they will flood with that Red Space Ranger. Like he has a lot of support. I wonder if it's because he got the first battleizer and he was kind of a solo ranger and...
Because he lost his sister when they were young, and
Well, no, he's a solo ranger because of the silver.
yeah, that
Because
too.
he was teamed with the Silver Ranger doing operations for Zordon in the galactic sense. Like he was out actually fighting the evil empire by himself with one partner, and then the Silver nearly gets killed, so he's put into like a containment thing,
a cryo,
like a
frozen
cryo
thing,
freeze, so that maybe someday
A
he could
stasis
be
chamber.
revived.
And
yes.
didn't he kind of like revive automatically at one point or something like that?
No, the stasis pod gets damaged and starts leaking, and since he's waking up anyway, they're looking for a way to reseal it or something like that, and then he just wakes up and walks onto the bridge while they're sitting there discussing how to save him.
Why didn't they
But
just,
then his
you know,
powers were messed up because he would like morph, and his powers would randomly shut down. So and then
they could have sealed it back up with some bubble gum.
then they did something dumb, and yes, it's dumb. They had him
Did you just slap
climb
yourself
up
with
a
a mic?
mountain.
Yes.
He
They coulda
climbed.
sealed it with bubblegum.
He climbed all the way up the mountain. When he got up to the mountain,
Yeah, I know.
he puts
Spike.
his hand up
And my
and
hand
flips
hurts.
his cell phone open, and a lightning bolt strikes him, and that somehow fixes powers.
So he became Thor.
It was dumb. Like
Thunder,
it was dumb.
Thunder Ranger, oh, dead.
Dead.
Hold on, we didn't do that right.
By the
Not
way,
gonna do that again, are you?
anyone who is wearing headphones in this episode, we are terribly sorry for Seth's jackassery.
I'm not, because my head hurts. Because I keep doing this.
Stop that.
You're gonna break our new mics.
I bought the fucking mic. What do you?
This is kinda
And there's
true.
another one sitting right over there. I bought 2 mics, and the motherfuckers didn't come with cords.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Pissed me off. $60 a mic.
Seth,
No cords.
Seth, we're just merely being treated like the rest of the world when it comes to video game consoles.
Yeah, that's true.
Like
Yeah.
you go and buy a video game console in like Japan.
You get the console.
Your ass better be picking up that power cord on your way out.
Yeah, exactly.
Or you ain't playing shit when you get home.
And you best make sure that you
Oh
buy
wait,
a
you mean the
controller.
new 3DSs?
That's
Yeah,
the way
it's like
the
that the
entire
rest of the
world is.
Like,
and it has been forever.
I
We're
released
the only country that it comes with the power
when I
cords.
released the video complaining about it. I had a lot of guys from like Canada and whatnot that
When-
were writing into me.
It
that
must
were
be
telling
nice
me,
to get that shit all with it all together.
No, they didn't sound all cynical and
No, I
douchey.
know.
But a lot of them would write me in, and they'd be like, yeah, they'd be like, honestly, count your blessings that it took this long, because literally over here, since I was like 14 years old, I can't remember ever buying a system that came with power. Like, you always have to buy the system and then the power cords. And what pisses me off about that is if the power cords were universal, like, I could use the same plug on my radio on my PlayStation 2 and on my PlayStation 3.
And you're 4.
But then, all of a sudden, they changed it to where it becomes that diamond and loop, not the 2 loops.
Yeah,
So it changed everything, and now I have to buy a specific.
yeah.
Diamond and loop.
It's more like a hump.
A D loop.
Yes,
Yeah.
and then the little circle, and my radio and my PlayStation 2 and my PlayStation 3 just had the 2 circles.
You could just use the TV cord for it though.
Maybe you can. I don't know what TV cord you have. Mine looks like a computer cord.
You know, you could get lucky a few
Oh
times
yeah,
and find,
you do have that. See, I've
Yeah.
I've got
find
a
some of those
Philips
like
at
an
home. That's
off-brand
why.
that connects a lot of stuff.
Yeah, that.
Oh, yeah.
See, that's what I mean. Like, if the cords were universal, I wouldn't see an issue with it, but they're not. And a lot of these companies now, did you know that if you buy a Game Boy, read your warranty carefully.
If you use, say, a GameStop charger on it, your warranty's void.
Yes,
Done.
automatically.
Oh yeah.
And guess what? Nintendo doesn't make.
Nintendo doesn't make chargers anymore.
Yep.
Also, unfortunately,
Oh,
if
and
you
you
go to
can't
try to
trade in
sit-
your DS
Without the
without
power
a
cord.
charger.
yep.
So the only thing you could do to somewhat get away from this if you want to keep your warranty is buy a DS, then buy an alternate cable, put that with your DS, sell that DS to buy the new 3DS so that you can keep the original power cord that's made by Nintendo. Now you have a warranty.
Unless Nintendo themselves have their own.
Oh,
They
they,
don't.
do.
Router.
No, they do. You just have to order it through them.
Through
Yeah, it's like
Nintendo.
directly through their website. You can't. There's no convenient way to get it. So that also
Except to go
that
to
also
eBay where some asshole's gonna gouge you because he's already
no,
bought
that
the cord
screws
for
that
50
screws you
bucks
even
and-
more though,
yeah.
because what really screws you is now you're looking at a system where you buy that and you have to buy the power cord, and most of us would like to, I don't know, buy
Play
a
their
DS
system.
and play it, but no, you have to buy the DS, then go online to buy the power cord, wait a week or a business week, which is even worse,
Yeah.
so that the
Or-
power cord can reach you.
unless
A
you
business
wanna
week
pay,
is about 2 weeks.
Unless you want to pay the extra $60 or something for FedEx to get it to you later on tomorrow. Hold this. Holding.
But we are at the end of this episode because we're nearing our 43-minute mark. So
Good, because I need to leak and get up a smoke break.
and my legs are hurting.
Been needing to
Piss
piss
sitting
since
on the
like
floor
the
sucks.
20-minute mark. That's why I stopped and looked up at the time like, oh crap, I've been holding this piss for about 20 minutes now.
Hey guys, did you like that podcast? If so, head on over to fandomnight.com where you can check out all of our videos, our other members' videos, and subscribe to the RSS feed to get constant podcasts every other day. Later on.